So with the UFC 6 beta almost over, and I've got almost 20 hours played, I wanted to give my quick thoughts and just overall reaction to it. Obviously can't show any gameplay, but I wanted to give my just overall review of the beta so far. Let's get straight into it. Alright, first up, and arguably one of the biggest things, is fighter uniqueness. This was a big problem with some of the old UFC games where animations for every single fighter were the exact same, so all you were really getting was appearance and stat differences. But now in UFC 6, they've really upped it. They've really improved fighter uniqueness. When you're playing as, for example, MVP, he has his very, arms down style. Like, the way he moves, arms down, never up. And just, bouncing back and forward. His hand animation is very bouncy. Very realistic, and it looks like him for sure. Then be like Alex Pereira is very stoic and upright. And he moves, forward. In a rhythm, kind of. And that goes when they're throwing the punches, too. Throw punches, kicks, combinations. Again, we'll go with another fighter, Robert Whittaker. You can throw his 1-2 head kick that he'll throw, and that's even boosted by his flow state, which is something we'll get back into in a second. I think it's very cool they've done this. I know it's taken 6 games, but man, I just can't wait to play other fighters and see what their flow states are like and see what their animations are like. I'm pretty sure every fighter is getting their own unique animations, which should be very, very good in the full game. Alright, next up, and I kind of just spoke about this, but playing as other fighters in different weight classes. For example, we'll use my favourite fighter, Max Holloway. He's got such a unique style of movement of his own, so playing as him and doing that, the way he moves, will be so unique. So I think of other fighters, maybe like Yuri Prohaska. He's got a very, unorthodox style. Nick Diaz, we saw in the trailer, he has his hands down too. That could be very sick. That could be very, very sick. And, this will change the way fights are, with different fighters moving different ways. And it not being just get in the middle and just swing with your same animation, right and left hooks. You have to kind of have to think about how you fight certain people online. There's no doubt in my mind people will absolutely main certain fighters and learn how to fight like them in game, which is very exciting. Actually, it's very exciting to do stuff like that. Another thing I like is the level up system in the gym. A lot of people haven't really talked about it, and I've seen a lot of people online have several hours in the game, but no level next to the fighter because they don't really know about the gym. But you go there, you pretty much can assign trainers to fighters, and then that allows you to level them up. I've got all my fighters to level 10 or above. I think max is 14, but you can go past that. The reward track ends at level 14. Right now it's just coins, because they probably don't want to spoil anything, but I'm assuming you'll earn different shorts and alter egos. When you're in the lobby to pick a fighter, you can scroll down, you can see different custom shorts that you can probably unlock, which would usually go on your creator fighter, but they seem to go on normal fighters too. And I don't think they're going to do different stats for alter egos anymore. I think they're calling them skins because they will just be a skin, a cosmetic based skin you'll unlock by leveling the fighter up, which could make things more fair because you won't have people abusing certain alter egos because they've got different stats. For example, Max Holloway is 90s or 80s style. I forgot what it is. That style has more punch power, so people will use that over his UFC 300 variant and whatnot. I think that'll stop them from really abusing different fighter alter egos by just having them be skins, cosmetic skins. Next up, anyone saying that the game is bad, you've probably just seen Twitter or TikTok footage, which is just not. Some of it does look bad from it being filmed on a camera, but trust me, the game looks better than UFC 5. It feels more fluid than UFC 5. Don't make your opinion off of Twitter footage or TikTok footage that's been filmed on a camera. You have to play it yourself. If you didn't get to unlucky, straight up unlucky, don't go around saying the game's bad when you've not played it. Because I honestly think this is the best EA Sports UFC game yet. I'm very hopeful for the full release of the game. There's been also a ton of people on Twitter genuinely giving me threats over being positive about the game. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you're talking to? People shouldn't be allowed to do this, man. Some people shouldn't be allowed social media. We're all just human beings. You're just too tough behind screens, just chatting your shit. It is what it is. So I've got a very short list of notes, so I might forget things here and there, but right now I want to get straight into the bad stuff. Because there is negatives. I'm not just going to be a shill and just say everything's good. EA don't pay me for anything. I've literally got 180 subscribers. They don't know who I am. First, one more positive thing is that they changed throwing spinning shit now. They changed the spinning shit. It's more basic controls wise. I've been spamming some spinning wheel kicks with prayer and stuff like that. It's been a lot of fun to use. It's much more convenient to press certain buttons than it was in UFC 5. You have to solve a puzzle to use these moves in UFC 5, but they're very easy now in UFC 6. And they're not overpowered. You just have to be careful not to get caught by them. I know I have quite a few times. But now I'm going to move on to my negative comments and negative feedback about the game. I'm not just going to sit there and say it's terrible. I'm actually going to sit there and give some constructive criticism, maybe. Alright, the game is too fast paced, but To be honest, I think that was an issue in the UFC 5 beta and they slowed it down for the full game. Maybe it's just to make the game feel faster right now, feel more fun and less realistic, because it is kind of feeling arcade-ish now with like the flow state and stuff, but we'll get onto that in just a second. Yes, I do think they will slow the game down on full release. It is a lot of fun when it's quick, but like it leads to a lot of quick finishes. Fights barely get out of the first round for me. I'm obviously not the most skilled player in the world, but I've had some good back and forths. But sometimes you can just get your flow state and just finish the fight, because that's how quick it is. I think they will definitely slow it down to make it more realistic. Right, let's talk about the flow state. Honestly, as a whole, I like the feature, but I just think it can be too overpowered sometimes. Especially like Pereira's. You're slowing the opponent down and then getting quicker and stronger as Pereira. There's no way you lose, unless you're just a complete idiot. Right? They kind of need to balance it, I think. I think that's the main thing. They're probably already working on that. I doubt the beta is going to be anything like the full release. Obviously, there will be similarities and it will be like probably the majority of the same, but there will be things they change, which, you know, that's bound to happen, I think. Right, next up, the grappling. Oh man, they didn't change it like at all, really. You got like new butterfly position against the cage, which can open up submissions or get-ups from the ground. But that's pretty much it in terms of grappling. And I do not like UFC 5 grappling. I hate it, I don't know how to do it. I have like 300 hours in UFC 5 and I'm just terrible. Man, I don't think it's my fault. I found UFC 3 and 4 grappling much simpler, I guess, and much easier to do. Because in UFC 4 you had the ring thing where you could just like circle away. I think that was much more convenient than whatever UFC 5's is. I don't like it. You know, is what it is. I'll just keep it striking. Alright, so about a day into the beta, they added Brendan Allen, of all people, to the beta. I don't know why they did this. I think they should have added Sean Strickland, since he literally just became the middleweight champ again. They could have done it before, because he was actually fighting. But no, they added Brendan Allen. Maybe to combat Chimaev with the jiu-jitsu, because no one else had like grappling like that. But still, Brendan Allen in the game is honestly bones. I don't like playing as him. His striking's no good. His grappling's fine, even though I don't really use it that much, like I just mentioned. They also did show Sean Strickland's model when he won the title fight, which is pretty cool. It's very realistic. It looks like him for sure. I'm excited to see how loads of other fighters look. I think it's going to be such a sick game. People are judging it very harshly off of just this beta, but you got to realize we've seen, 6 fighters out of like 300 plus that are going to be on the roster. Just chill out. Stop being so harsh on the game. I think it's going to be great when it comes out in full release. Another thing is the character models, as in like the body models. Like Drickus, for example, his neck's too long and his body's like not the right shape, but in terms of like the faces, they look great. The most realistic they've ever been in a UFC game. I just don't like how the bodies look of some of the fighters. I just don't think they look too accurate. So hopefully I think they might change in the future. Even if they don't, I don't think it'll be that much of a problem, because in game they look fine, other than like Drickus. Drickus looks too small for some reason. I think I mentioned this already, but the game does feel kind of arcadey. Maybe that's why they removed the tagline of as real as it gets, so just fight your fight, which is fine. I don't mind that. It doesn't need to be as real as it gets. It just needs to be a fun game. Another negative comment is just the arena tint being too dark. I get it when a UFC fight happens, the light is mainly on the cage. Because I've been to one in real life in London. The arena goes dark and then there's lights on the cage so you can see the fight happening. I kind of don't want that in a game like this, because it makes it too like dark and just like dingy looking, which is like a very realistic thing to say the game's so arcadey. It's like they're trying to messing things up here a little bit. I don't mind it. Also, we've only seen one arena. I think the T-Mobile arena, and there's like in the trailers other ones with like an orange tint, like MSG. It might actually work out. We'll just have to see. Like I said, I played the game for like 20 hours, I want to say. Got on most fighters up past level 10. I got my Pereira to like level 17. I got my account level to level 25. I saw someone like level 50 or something like that. Like, get alive! Genuinely, it's just a beta. You don't need to play it for that long. Probably just salted because they beat my ass, realistically. I feel like I could have potentially missed out some things talking about my thoughts here, but overall, it's looking very, very promising from EA. This is looking to be like the best EA Sports UFC game out of all time. The haters need to be quiet. They're louder than ever. I don't think half of them have played it though, so they just need to shut up. Go play it and actually give their real thoughts on it. I know there's a lot of people who are hating from the start, played the beta and were like, oh wait, this is actually a fun game. Judging a book by its cover, not the way to go, as history has proven. But yeah, that was my quick thoughts and overall review of the UFC 6 beta. Can't wait for the full game. I will be getting the Ultimate Edition for that Max Holloway case. Thank you guys for watching. Take care. Peace.